What's up, everybody? I'm back at y'all with another video. Now, for this one, I'm doing my top 10 favorite horror movies, part 2. Now, the reason I'm doing the part 2 is because there's so many great horror films, and there might be a part 3. Next would probably be my favorite. No, next probably my top 5. Okay, next probably my top 5. But this one, I give my top 10. And after I do my top 10, I might be working on my top 5 horror movies, and after that, I might work on my top 10 favorite action movies of all time. So yeah, I got a lot going on. I got a lot of stuff, a lot of videos I want to have to make. So yeah, let's start this. This is my top 5 movies are always that means they're the best horror films on my top 5. You know, maybe one day I'll do my bottom 10 or something, like my worst 10, top 10 worst movies, horror movies or something like that. I might do that video soon too. So I got a lot of videos I'm planning. So yeah, starting off with 10, Dead Silence. Now this movie creeped me the fuck out when I first seen it. Like, I think I was like, what, 10, maybe 12 or something like that, and it freaked me the fuck out. Dead Silence is one of them movies that, it's a James Wan movie, of course. Watching the James Wan movie as a kid, that's bad for you as a kid, trust me. I mean, I normally never get scared of any, but the movies that scared me the most was probably the Conjuring universe movies and Dead Silence. And probably most of the Insidious movies are the ones that normally stand out and that scare me sometimes. So those are like the only movies that really scare me, but the rest of the horror films don't really scare me that much. But yeah, Dead Silence is just an amazing film. It's super scary, and James Wan, he knows to put that tension in the scares. And I mean, a lot of y'all might notice by now that y'all watch my YouTube videos. A lot of y'all might notice by now that James Wan is my favorite director. He's like my top favorite. And I would love to see him direct the Halloween movie. I would love to see that. But yeah, Dead Silence, great film, scary as hell. Loved it. Dead Silence is a great movie, and I loved it. Now, coming in number 9 is The Strangers Prey at Night. Now, a lot of people love the first one, but this is my opinion, y'all, so don't get offended about my opinion. The first, I did not enjoy the first Strangers. I really didn't. Y'all might say, what, aren't you a big horror fan? Yes, I'm one of the biggest, but I'm not a big fan of the first Strangers. But when I saw this movie knocked the first one out of the water. Because this movie was way more creepier. Because the fact that it's in the trailer park, because I used to live in a trailer park. The fact that they live in them, takes place in a trailer park. These families move in the trailer park, and then all of a sudden, some bad shit goes down. And they end up seeing dead bodies in the damn trailer. It's pretty creepy. It has a creepy vibe, and I loved it. The Strangers Prey at Night is a great film. I like it. I prefer this one way more than the first one. I think I have the review of the first one, and the first one felt too quiet. It felt too quiet and boring and bland. That's what I felt like the first one was. But this movie, they upped the stakes a lot. Like, it was never boring. The kills were great. And like literally, they up like in the first one, they barely didn't have no kills at all. But this one right here, the first one just more than just a home invasion movie. Just a home invasion movie. But this one has it both. Home invasion and a slasher film. Mixed in one. So that's what makes this one so good. And this one was actually really, really creepy. So yeah. Strange Prey at Night. Now, coming up number 8 is Fright Night, the remake. Now this is one of the movies that's actually better. This is one of the remakes that's actually better than the original. And normally remakes don't get better than the original, but this one, in this case, it did. Fright Night is just an amazing vampire movie. If y'all love vampire movies, this movie has everything you would want to see in a vampire film. Anything you want to see in a vampire film. And I love this film so much. It's so good. I love this film. So yeah, Strange Prey at Night. Fright Night. Great film. Great vampire film. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely check it out. Really good film. Now, coming in at 7 is Annabelle Creation. You know, the first one was decent. That's why I didn't put it in my top 10. Because it was just decent, the first Annabelle. But, at least my opinion, yeah. So, Annabelle Creation, they kind of learned from what they did in the first one and try to make it better and scarier. In this movie, they made it better and scarier, and more disturbing and terrifying. Um, and this film is just great. I loved it. Like, it had a slow burn build up, and then once the jump scares happened, they made it more effective. I love Annabelle Creation, the Conjuring universe. You know, I'm a fan of this universe, and Annabelle Creation is a huge step up from the first Annabelle. So yeah, I love this film, and I liked how it showed at the beginning how the doll maker guy was making the Annabelle doll. It was pretty cool, and the jump scares were effective. The story was pretty good. Yeah, I enjoy Annabelle Creation quite a bit. Now, coming in at 6 is Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Now, this film has some great creative kills throughout this film. And when Jason ain't even slaughtering people, you're still entertained. You love these characters. You love his characters so much in this film. And Friday the 13th, the final chapter, is a great film. It ain't just an ordinary slasher film, just kill. It's just a great story. The kills in this film are pretty brutal, really brutal. And I love this film a lot. Friday the 13th, the final chapter. If this is the only one y'all hadn't seen, what y'all waiting for? It's a good movie. Check it out. Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Now, coming in at number 5 is the first Conjuring. Now, I would have put this at the first top 10, but you know, I like the second Conjuring a little bit more than this one because the first Conjuring, it was more well shot. The camera angles were even better, and the story was even better. This movie does have a good story. It does have a good story. The Conjuring does have a good story. Like I said, Patrick Wilson's a great actor. I love how he acts and stuff. And this film, he did a great job in this film. And the jump scares were effective. You know, like I said, James Wan is the best, at least in my opinion. Because freaking The Conjuring, great film. Love this film. Love it a lot. I like it a lot. So yeah, The Conjuring, good movie. Coming up number 4, we have The Puppet Master, The Littlest Reich. I think Littlest Reach, I think. I don't know. Littlest Reich, I think it's called. And this film is one of the most brutalest films I've ever seen in a long ass time. This Puppet Master movie. And you know, it doesn't have a big budget, but when you watch the movie, it's so brutal. If you love brutal kills, watch this movie. This is probably like the best Puppet Master movie because you know it's more brutal. They're like the most brutalest Puppet Master movie you would probably ever get. This film is so brutal, so good, and you actually like the characters in the film too. This film is just super good. I love this film a lot. Coming up number 3 is is Bride of Chucky. I might be like, well, don't like that one? I thought you only like the first one and second one and Cult of Chucky. Well, I kind of like this one too. This is the ones I like. The first, Child's Play. Second, Child's Play. Bride of Chucky and Cult of Chucky is the only ones I pretty much enjoy. So yeah, Bride of Chucky. I love this film. The comedy actually fit. The kills are pretty good. This film is actually a pretty good movie. I enjoy it. And the Scar Chucky actually looks pretty decent in the film. So I enjoy this film quite a bit. Bride of Chucky ain't a bad movie to me. Coming up, my number 2 would be the original Halloween 2. Now, the original Halloween 2 is like the mask is great, the kills are great. Some parts, you know, is iffy, but like, yeah, the story, I enjoy the story of it. Yeah, I enjoy the story of it, and And these are right immediately after the original. And I enjoy this film quite a bit. This film, good film, not a bad film. If you haven't seen the original Halloween 2, y'all should definitely check it out. Now coming in at my number 1 on my top 10 list. I'm just probably going to shock some people. And that is Cult of Chucky. Now I'm going to explain to y'all why I love this film so fucking much. Alright, for one, y'all like good kills? You got that in this movie. For 2, the doll looks good to me. It really does. For 3, you got Andy Barclay back. The original Andy Barclay. That was from the first 2. The original actor, Alex Vincent. And 4, like, you got the girl back from, Nika back from Curse of Chucky. And you got brutal kills and all that stuff. And it also takes place in the mental asylum. You got all that put together. And the mental asylum makes it even creepier. And I love this film quite a bit. I love this film from start to finish. I don't know about y'all, but I enjoy this film. For a straight to DVD movie, this movie's really fucking good. I love this movie. Like, this movie looks so good, so well shot that it could have been to theaters and people would still enjoy it. I love this film quite a bit. Cult of Chucky is a great film to me. So yeah, I guess that's it for my top 10 favorite horror movies, part 2. If y'all enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, please subscribe and share, and also hit the bell so you know when new videos uploaded. Next video I might make is probably going to be my top 5 favorite horror movies. And after that, I'm probably going to do my top 10 favorite action movies. So yeah, I guess that's it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I'm out. Peace.